Everybody, this is Madmaxed with another raid video. And if you would, please hit the little red subscribe button in the corner and give me a like if you like the video and leave me some comments. I'll try to get back to you. Now, this is a first look at Lydia. I got her about a week or so ago. And I haven't done her masteries yet, but I do have her geared. And I don't have her even booked out yet. I don't have the books for her. So it's going to take me about another month or so probably to get the books and get all the masteries done. I'll probably have the masteries done next CVC because I try to wait and use all my energy during the CVC tournament for my clan. But as you can see, she has absolutely no masteries yet. Now, she has some pretty good gear on. I probably will re-gear her some as I go along. This is just what I had. I threw it on to begin with. I don't have her accuracy up high enough, even though I used two sets of perception gear. The perception gear didn't have a lot of accuracy with it. She got 70% crit rate. I would forego the crit rate even for more accuracy and more resist. But she has a resist banner on her, 96. It's a 6-star. It's gold. I've got an epic crit damage on her. I've got an attack ring that gives her 5% of a shield. It's the only reason it's a blue piece on her. Then I've got a divine speed set on her. And I've got her speed up to 268, which is really good for the clan boss. Her defense is pretty good with 3,200. And she's attack based now, but her attack is really low at 900, and so she's got 2,500 attack with everything. She's got 34,000 hit points. I'd like to have more hit points on her, of course, but trying to get the stats that you want. I don't have the gear all done out yet. She's going to get a little bit better with her masteries and everything because her accuracy will go up with the masteries a little bit. But I'd really like to have a lot more accuracy on her. I'd like to have about 350, and I'd like to have about 350 resist on her. But she still does really well right now. I'm a free-to-play player. So I've never spent a dime on this game at all. I've been playing about 2 years, just a little bit over, and I've already got Lydia. I got the best champ in the game. So, these guys that play 2 or 3 months and then they get rid of the free to play. Most of these guys on here, they throw tons of money at it. Now they're going back and they're trying to play free to play and try to use what they learned to do a free to play account. But they'll get burned out in 3 or 4 months and then they just give the accounts away because they don't have the patience to sit down and really grind for 2 years to make a really good account out of a free to play account usually. And it does take a lot of patience for this. Okay, I'm going to go in. I'm going to hit this one because everybody knows how hard Mountain Man is to kill. He's got lots of defense, lots of hit points. He should be slower than I am, and they are. And see, they've already got a thing. They've already got it up. And I didn't get all the debuffs. I got the weaken on everybody, but I didn't get to drop defense on everybody. Only on 2. So, Marata, I'm going to make a video about her. I love her as far as that goes. And see, you almost dropped everybody right now. And if I'd had the defense drops on the other 2, I would have dropped it all. So you see, she hits fairly hard with that A3. She's not a hard hitter though, as it goes. What her ability is to knock all that defense down and that weaken, and that doubles your nuker's damage. I mean, that's her A1, and yeah, it throws up a fear, and fear is nice. But you see, Mountain Man is fixing to go down from all this, and it's an easy run with her. I mean, because once you get somebody that has like total, that you get the total across the board, the weaken and drop defense. Usually, Yarkle will drop everybody with that single hit, that AoE hit, and but I just didn't get it on everybody because they had more resist and her attack wasn't, and her accuracy, like I said, needs to go up a little bit more. Uh, but let's look at her skills, what she brings to the table. Now, the big skill that she brings is this A2. That's the first thing you want to throw, and see it's not booked out. It's not 100%. She's got 85% right now. And that's the reason sometimes it doesn't land too, is not because of the accuracy and their resist, because I don't have it completely booked out yet. But she attacks all enemies. Right now she has an 85, she'll go to 100, replacing a 60% decrease defense and a 25% decrease weaken. This 2x is your damage from any nuker, if you get both of them to fall on everybody. And it lasts for 2 turns. It also places a 25% strength and a 30% increased speed buff on all allied for 2 turns. So she's keeping you alive with this while she's knocking everybody else's defenses off. Now, her A3, she attacks one enemy 2 times. The first hit has a 75, 100% chance when it's booked, placing a 25% poison debuff for 2 turns. The second hit, once it's booked, has a 100% chance of placing a block buffs and block active skills for 2 turns. So when you hit, that's the reason she's so good in a lot of places, because when she hits that, that block active skills, block buffs, that's an incredible skill to have on a champ. Now, her A1 has a 100% chance when booked of placing a fear debuff for 1 turn. It also has a 100% chance when it's booked to increase the poison sensitivity duration for 1 turn. Now, the passive effect, it attacks enemy champs with this skill whenever they place a freeze, stun, fear, true fear, or petrification. And that's nice to have because everybody is starting to use. A lot of people, if they got Mashal, they're going to use him. If they got Marala, they're going to use her. So, this one is a block revive. It denies enemy revives attempt. This works even the champ is dead. If the champ is alive, then the enemy revive is denied. It revives all enemies, all dead allies with a 50% HP and a 50% turn meter. It grants an extra turn instead if there are no dead allies. If this champ is dead when the revive is denied, it revives this champ with 50% HP and a 50% turn meter. So, a lot of people, they'll bring in Arbiter. And so Arbiter will sit down and she'll try to revive. And maybe you got almost everybody killed except Arbiter. And Arbiter is tanked out usually. And say, it's just a little bit left on the health of Arbiter. She'll try to revive. The revive is denied. And then she gets another turn to hit Arbiter. And so it negates a lot of what Arbiter does. If you use her for the lead, it increases allied resist in arena battles by 100. And when you're talking about 100 extra resist, and it's just like with her now, she's got 260. You're talking about 360 resist. It's very hard to get anybody who's got, usually in arena, most people don't have 360, 370 accuracy. You're looking at, platinum type players to have that or more. So, and a lot of times they just don't have that kind of resist, that kind of accuracy to go over that resist. And, most people, they put some resist on their players, but you're talking about for her, she's got 230, but she's got an extra set of resists, which she hardly ever gets done. But like with most people, like my Arbiter is just really, really fast. But, she's only got 128 resist. But with that, you almost double the resist. So there's a lot less chance you're going to get your debuff pulled off. But most people are going to use Arbiter for the lead because that 30 extra speed is going to help tremendously. And that's the reason usually that's the lead part. But if you're building a tanky team, then you want that resist. I mean, if you're not trying to build a speed team. if you're trying to build a tanky team so that, you know, you survive and it's a defensive type thing, then what you would do is probably you would go in here with Valkyrie and her as the lead, and you would use some, you would probably use Tartara and probably one other really good tank, maybe like Rosins. And you know, when you use all of those, or maybe a seal, and when you use all those, you know, you're not going to get any debuffs hardly on you at all. She is a great champ. To me, she's the best champ in the game. And, you know, and she probably closely followed by Maraltha. And I'm going to go in and do a live thing. I'm going to go in and do a video about her too. But she is really good. I mean, I've got her booked out. I finally got enough books for her. I haven't quite finished her masteries up, or I haven't finished her masteries up. But like I said, next CVC, I'm going to sit down and just work on masteries on a lot of the new champs that I've got, because I haven't had her very long either. I've had her for maybe about 3 weeks, something like that. And so I just haven't run all the, you know, the first thing I was trying to do was get her geared up and get her set far as that, and getting her up to 60. And then then I wound up getting Lydia. So after I got Lydia, I was like, well, I got to get her up to 60. And so I've just had a lot of teams to level up, and it takes a lot of energy to sit down and do those masteries. But guys, that's the video. I want to thank everybody for watching. And like I said, this is a free-to-play account, and I've gotten a lot from it. And, you know, and I've tried to go through and I've tried to explain, you know, the best way to play if you're free to play. So if you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up. If you got any comments, questions, I'll answer them, try to get back to you. And everybody have a really good day.